So over here I need to find the kth rotation. So here I am given an increasing sorted rotated array, so of distinct integers, and the array is rotated k times. For instance, if my array was 2 4 6 9, after one rotation this element would come over here, so this would become 9 2 4 6. If we get further one rotation, this would lead to 6 9 2 4. And from the given array I need to tell how many rotations are done. Okay, so what I could do, let me dry run on this itself. So over here let me put the indices 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2 3, and this also will be 0 1 2 3. One thing to observe over here is, since this is zero rotation, my smallest element occurs at index number 0, and this is one rotation. My smallest element occurs at index number 1. Since this is two rotations, so my smallest element occurs at index number 2. So I need to simply find the index of the smallest element. So I do 6 9 2 and 4. Okay, so this is set to this is index 0 1 2 3. Okay, I have my low over here, high over here. I calculate my mid, that is low plus high by 2. This turns out to be 0 plus 3 by 2. So this is 1. So in this case I have my mid over here. Now I check, is my ARR of mid, I check the relation between my ARR of mid and ARR of high. Okay, so over here what I can see, my ARR of mid is 9 and this is 4. In that case my ARR of mid is greater than ARR of high. In that case for sure this elements up till mid would not be my answer. So in that case I update my low as mid plus 1. So my low goes from this position to new position being over here. Okay, now my new condition is my low is equal to 2 and my high is equal to 3. Now mid will be low plus high by 2, which turns out to be 2. So I have my mid over here. So what I do, I check for my ARR of mid and ARR of high. Okay, so my ARR of mid is 2 and this is 4. In this case by 2 is less than 4, that means I need to decrease my high. So I move my high from this position to to this position. Okay, now since my high is less, since my low and high become equal, I would simply come out of the loop. So what my while condition will be, while my low is less than high, if my ARR of low is less than ARR of high. Okay, in that case, this would be mid. If my ARR of mid is less than ARR of high, in that case I will update my high as mid, and my else condition wherein my ARR of mid will be greater than ARR of high. So in that case I update my low to be mid plus 1. Okay, and after coming out from this loop I would simply return my low index. So over here I'll code in Rust. So I say function find k rotation. Okay, I take my ARR, which is a vector of type I32. Okay, now my first step will be to create low which is initialized to 0, another variable high which is initialized to the length of array minus 1. Okay, now I run my while loop. So I say while low less than high, and I calculate my mid. So my mid is equal to low plus high minus low by 2. Okay, and if my ARR of mid is less than ARR of high, in that case my mid could also be the lowest element. So I don't do high is equal to mid minus 1, I do high is equal to mid. Later I do, for my else case, that means my ARR of mid is greater than ARR of high. In that case my ARR of mid is greater than ARR of high. In that case I update my low as mid plus 1. Okay, and after coming out from the while loop I return my low.